would people really be surprised to know just how many things are illegal here in North Carolina?
I think they might. At the federal level, as a civil libertarian attorney, Harvey Silverglake estimated that people commit on average 3 felonies a day under federal law without knowing it. And we started looking at these state laws. We've been to various states, Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, North Carolina, large states. And sort of we wanted to look at North Carolina more in depth and try to figure out the scope of this problem. And there really are an enormous volume of crimes. The answer, as it is with the federal government, is we really don't know for sure how many crimes there are in North Carolina, but the various counts that we look at in our report, the criminal code, the penal code in North Carolina has 765 sections, which is 38% larger than South Carolina's, 55% larger than Virginia's. So it looks to us like North Carolina's got more crimes on the books than its neighbors. And when you step back from it further and realize that there are a lot of crimes outside the penal code, that's really just a first cut at the number of crimes on the books. So the state tracks 1,050 crimes, but those are, interestingly, only the crimes that are actually getting charged. That's what the Administrative Office of the Courts looks at. And as we found, a lot of these crimes are never getting charged. Isaac, do you want to fill in some of those details?
Sure. Jeff Welty, who's a professor at UNC, the School of Government, did a really interesting study, and he tried to capture what's going on in the criminal law in North Carolina over the past 6 years, and we did this last year, so it's 2008 to 2013, and then see how many of these crimes were being charged. So when we take all of the crimes that were passed in 2009 and 2010 and add them all together, wanted to look at how many times they were charged in 2012, giving a lag to see, you have to get the crimes on the books and you have to inform all law enforcement. And Jeff Welty, when he did this, Professor Welty found that 2/3 of those crimes created in 2009 and 2010 were never charged in 2012. And what we have to remember is these crimes are passed under the impetus that these are very necessary to prevent some urgent harm that's going to, sweep across the state if nobody takes action. Well, actually, they're not that necessary if they're not being charged at all, and only 23% of those crimes were charged more than once. So it really calls into question whether or not the crimes that are being created are really that necessary and whether they should actually be criminal.